guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to be doing a nail video. I am using the Kiara Sky Dip Powder System. I'm going to be using the color D591, which is called Soho, and I'm just going to walk you through doing my nails. I did purchase my kit on Amazon as well as this color. All of the products are in the description. Before I started filming, I did remove my previous dip powder. I did prep my nail by filing off the shiny surface, and I also washed my hands before I got started. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So like I said before, I've already removed my previous dip powder color from my nails, and I am pushing back my cuticles to create a nice smooth surface for my dip powder to sit on. I'm just using a rubber cuticle pusher. I'm not cutting anything. I don't have any hangnails. Just making a nice surface. I'm going to take step number 1, which is called Bond, and I'm going to place that all over my nails. This is a dehydrator, so you're really just getting rid of any other oils on your nails. You should have also washed your hands before this to make sure there was no dust or anything on your nails. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a clear powder. This is the natural from the kit that the Kiara Sky system came with. And I'm going to take step number 2, which is base. It's the blue bottle. And I'm just going to go about halfway up my nail from the middle of my nail to the free edge. And I'm just going to dip my finger into the clear coat and then just do it on the rest of my nails. This is going to create a nice foundation for the color that we will apply next. And it just helps when we build the shape of our nails. Again, I'm not a professional, so this is just something that I do. Not everybody might do the same thing. But before I go in with the color, this is Soho from Kiara Sky. I'm going to go ahead and stir up the powder. This way my finger will just go right into it without any resistance. And I took a brush and I wiped off all the extra clear powder. So now I'm taking base again, and I'm putting a nice even coat from edge to edge, right to left. Just a little bit lower than where I stopped with the clear coat, and I'm going to dip my finger into the powder. I like to dip it in twice, that way I know it's evenly coated and it got onto every part of my nail. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the rest of my fingers. What's really important is when you use the base liquid that you give it a nice even coat and you get from edge to edge seamlessly, because you don't want to leave any gaps or have any weird edges showing when you go into file. So I take my time when I do this, and I want to make sure all of my nails are pretty much the same as far as like thickness goes. So I want to make sure every layer is even and the same thickness. When I'm done with that, I'm going to take my brush again and just dust off all the extra powder. You should do this between every step. And then what I'm going to do is do another coat of the Soho powder. And I'm going to go about 97% of the nail. I'm not going to go all the way to the cuticle. I'm going to go really, really close. But I don't want to hit the cuticle yet, because I am going to do one more coat. And if you think of it this way, you are building up layers, and where you want it to be, I guess sort of the thinnest would be closest to the cuticle. So by staggering the layers, you give it that nice shape that's thinnest in the back and a little bit thicker towards the free edge. So I'm just repeating this on all of my other nails and making sure that I'm not going all the way to the end of my cuticle, and just leaving a little bit of room for the last and final coat of color. If you get it on your skin, no problem. Just grab a wooden dowel or a metal cuticle pusher, or even just your other fingernail, and just wipe it off your skin, and it'll just save you trouble later. You don't want to get it on your skin. So just be very careful, go slow, take your time, and dip it twice. That way you have a nice even coat. So I'm gonna get my brush and wipe off the extra powder, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the third and final coat of color. And this is again the Soho color. I'm gonna use the number 2 base, and I'm gonna go all the way to the end of my nail towards the cuticle, and I'm gonna go really carefully and slow. I want to make sure that the edge that I'm building is even and rounded, because I don't want to have to like scrape it off or file it down later. I want it to be easy for me. So once I dip it into the powder, you'll see that I made it into like a very good, perfect like U shape. So I'm going to do that on the rest of my nails, and I want to make sure that that shape is similar or the same, as close to the same as possible on all of my other nails like it is that first nail I did. Again, you want to go edge to edge, make sure you're getting all the way as close to the side of your finger as you can. Go slow, take your time, and this is, I guess, the most tedious part is just painting your nails as evenly as you can. You want to make sure that the base is in a nice even layer, not too thick, not too thin, but it's on your entire nail. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to brush off the last bit of powder, and I am going to be doing a top layer. So by top layer, I mean I'm going to be adding another coat of the clear powder on top of my Soho. So I'm going to take my base again, step number 2. Just going to go over the entire length of my nail from cuticle to free edge and from left to right. Make sure your entire nail is covered. And then I'm just going to go ahead and dip it into the clear coat that I used for the first layer. This way when I'm filing my nail, I'm not filing away too much of the color, and it'll just be easier to shape it with a little bit of like an extra layer on top of it. This is a crystal clear color, so you will not see any alteration to the regular dip powder color that's underneath it. It's just a, I guess like a safety net if you file too much, that you filed away the clear and not the color. I suggest this for everyone, no matter if you're just starting or if you've done a million manicures. I think it's just a nice safety net to have on your nails, especially when it comes to shaping and filing with either an e-file or a manual file. So once I'm done with that, I'm taking my brush and just dusting off all the extra powder and all over my fingers, really. I am going to go ahead and now take step number 3. This is the Seal and Protect layer, or the Activator, whichever you prefer. And this is what you're going to want to put liberally over all of your fingernails. Just literally soak your entire nail with this activator. This is going to harden everything. This is now where you're going to be able to start shaping your nail. So you really want to put like a thick, like a wet coat all in your nail. Like literally stamp it in there. It needs to penetrate every layer that you just put on your nail. So if you did them a little thicker by accident or on purpose or whatever it is, you might need a little bit more than what I'm doing. You can even do 2 or 3 coats of this. You can let it dry and add another one, but really just make sure you are completely saturating your nail with this activator. The activator is what's going to turn the nail into that acrylic feeling hard shape. I don't know what to call it. It's just going to make it so that your manicure is strong. So I'm liberally adding this to all of my nails, and I actually went back and did a second coat. So if your nails look thicker than mine do, maybe even add a 3rd coat, because you'll start filing, and if you didn't hit the right layer, it's just going to fall apart on you. Trust me, you'll learn the hard way. Once you're done with that, you just want to let it dry. So I just started blowing on my hand. If you have a little fan, you can use a little fan, but you want to get it as dry as possible. And when it's ready, you're going to take your file and you're going to start shaping. I gave it about 30 seconds, and I have 2 files. Actually, one is sharper than the other, so you want to gather your equipment. And I think I'm touching my nail right now. Yeah, I'm making sure that it is nice and dry. It should be not sticky or wet at this point. Before you start filing, make sure it's completely dry. And I'm just going to show you how I shape this first nail, and I'm going to actually go off camera to shape the rest of my nails because it's a little hard for me to film, and I do like to get a little bit closer to my face to make sure that I'm filing everything nice and smooth. So just taking the rough edge of my larger file and really just getting a good shape on my pointer finger. Sorry, I don't think I got this on camera because I brought it closer to my face, but I took the sharper part of the file. One side will be sharper than the other if you have a 180-100 grit file. So try to find the sharper edge. Start with that, and then once you get the shape that you're happy with and you've gotten all those weird ridges buffed out, then you can go ahead and flip the file and you can use the softer grit to really smooth out everything and make it a little bit more like soft to the touch. This is really something that you have to learn with like trial and error as far as shaping, or maybe find another video on how to shape your nails. But if you did your dip powder nice and thin, you should not have to file too much. The thicker you did the dip powder, the more you'll have to file, and that you might want to get an e-file for if you're heavy-handed. I try to go as thin as I can so that filing for me is easy because I prefer to just use my manual file. So I'm going around and around, making sure all the edges are smooth, making sure that, especially around the sides where like the edge of my nail is like past my finger, I want that to be like a nice transition. And I am reshaping a little bit the part near the cuticle that's like the shape of a U. I want to make sure that that's nice and even because as your nail grows out, that's going to be the part that you notice the most. So you want to make sure that that's nice and smooth. And then I flip my file. I grab my other one. It's the softer one. I think it's the 100 grit. And I am just going over it now and smoothing out from the rough file. So this is like step 2, I guess you could say. And after that, I will shape the nail. I always shape my nails after I'm done with the dip powder because I feel like it's easier to kind of see what it will look like with the color on it. And I don't want to like file my nail too much, put the dip powder on it, and then file it more. I feel like that makes your nails shorter than you want them to be. And I'm trying to grow my nails back out. So this is, I guess, the most time-consuming part. And I'm actually gonna end the footage here once I'm done with this one nail, and I will come back when I am done with the other 4. So here's the rest of the footage of this one nail, if I can get it into frame, and I will see you guys when I'm done with the other fingers. And I am done. I am done shaping the rest of this hand, and I'm just going to do some final checks. I would like to make sure that the nails are pretty much the same thickness when you look at them from the front, and I'm pretty much just double checking to make sure that I've got all the edges nice and even. And then I'm going to take another layer of step number 3, which is the Activator, Seal and Protect. And I'm going to go ahead and just put another coat on my nails. I always do this after I file and shape, just to get in those deep layers and penetrate the nail to make sure that it's nice and hardened and activated and the dip powder is ready to get a top coat, essentially. And this also allows me to see the final shape of the nail and see if I need to make any other changes. Another tip would be to take some regular rubbing alcohol and a dust-free cloth. I'm just using a paper towel, and make sure you remove all the dust from your nails. You should do this once the Activator is dry, just so you know. And this also gives you a nice, easy way to see if you like kind of missed any spots during filing and shaping. So the dust is now removed, and if I see something that I don't like or that I missed, I can go ahead and fix it. And I'm pretty much done with this hand now, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is do my right hand, and I will be back to do the final top coat, so hang on. Now that my hands are all shaped, I am going to just do some last minute prep work before I go ahead and put my top coat on. I'm just going to make sure all my edges are filed. This is pretty much like your last attempt at filing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a buffer and I'm going to go ahead and buff the surface of each nail. This is going to eliminate any of those small, almost invisible ridges on the nail, and it will give it a really nice polished surface, so when we put the top coat on, you won't see any texture from the dip powder. I'm using a buffer that I bought on Amazon, and I'm just going to go through and do all of my nails until they are nice and smooth. I even do the edges of my nails, the free edge, just to make sure that there is no harsh edges after filing. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to take some more rubbing alcohol and clear away any dust that made. There's going to be a lot of filing, removing dust, filing, removing dust. That's all normal. You want to make sure that your nails are shaped as best as you can, because once you put the top coat on, that's it. We're done. So I do want to double check and make sure everything is as perfect as I can personally get it. And then every nail, go ahead and give it a nice good wipe with the rubbing alcohol and make sure that it dries completely. I'm going to go ahead and take my gel top coat. I'm not using the top coat that came with my Kiara Sky kit. I prefer to use a UV gel as a top coat, especially when I'm doing my dip powder. I feel like it just lasts longer and it looks so nice and shiny, and it offers like a nice protective layer over my dip powder. I'm going to go ahead and just paint my nails with the top coat like I would regularly, and then I will go ahead and put it into the LED light for 1 minute. Make sure you also wrap the end of the nail so that it does not chip throughout the week. Go ahead and put it in the LED light for 1 minute, and my light is little, so now I have to do my thumb. I really love this top coat. It is a non-stain, non-yellowing top coat. It lasts me like at least 2 weeks, sometimes up to 3 or 4, depending on how lazy I am and when I decide to do my nails again. And it's by the brand Young Nails. All of the items I used in today's video, I will link them in my description below. This is the best top coat that I've found online that you can buy without a professional license. And because my light is so little, I have to just do my thumb separately. So I'm going to put that in there for 1 minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my other hand. Before I do my other hand, I am going to wipe away the sticky layer that produces after you nuke it in the LED light. This is normal. If you're using a gel top coat like I am, make sure that you have rubbing alcohol, because once you cure it in the light, you will have to wipe off the I don't know what it is, the activation stickiness, I don't know what to call it, but I just take rubbing alcohol, and that is how I do my top coat. And I just did the other hand really quick off camera, so now I'm just rubbing the activation layer off of my other hand with the same rubbing alcohol. And if you made it this far, we have done our nails together. Yay! I really love this color. My boyfriend actually picked it out for me. It's called, again, Soho by Kiara Sky, with the Young Nails Gel UV stain resistant top coat. My name is Kayla. I am new to doing nails. I do not consider myself a professional whatsoever, but I love doing my own nails. I have done them on other people occasionally. So I will say that I am getting to be more of like an intermediate level. I'm definitely not a beginner at this, and I hope that you found this helpful if you are a beginner to see how this system works. It's $100 on Amazon. It shipped right to my house, and I'm obsessed. I've used it at least 14 or 15 times. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!